I thank my colleague from Texas. Today we're voting on a resolution that will bring forward reauthorization of a program that's been abused for decades, the FISA 702 surveillance program. Before we vote on that program, though, this resolution that we're voting on now prescribes that we will bring forward an amendment to require warrants if you want to spy on Americans, if you want to use this database as a backdoor to look at the privacy, the private information of Americans, you would need a warrant if this amendment passes. Now, there's some people who say, oh, getting a warrant is too hard. It'll slow us down. You'll put America in danger. Listen, I've been in the SCIF, the classified area, where they're supposed to tell us the problems with requiring a warrant, and they never have told us a single example of where getting a warrant would be a problem to national security. In fact, we've got a provision in the warrant amendment that says in exigent circumstances, you can skip that step. You'll hear today that, oh, everything's fine. We don't need the warrant amendment. We've got 53 reforms in this package. Here's the problem with those reforms. We rely on the same people that abused the system to enforce those reforms. And they still don't go to the constitutional level that is required in this country. Who doesn't trust those 53 reforms? Congress doesn't trust those 53 reforms. The authors of this bill, you know how I know? Because they put an exemption, 2 exemptions for themselves in this bill. That's right. If the FBI is going to use 702 FISA to spy on congressmen, they have to tell Congress. They even have to get permission from the congressman they're spying on if they say it's for the congressman's own good. Why do we have a provision in there that exempts congressmen but not all of America? Americans deserve the protections that are enshrined in the Constitution. Nothing less should pass this House. This is an enormous database. They're going to tell you, oh, we're just looking at intelligence that was gathered on foreigners. The problem is they're collecting this intelligence in the United States, using service providers in the United States, using internet connections in the United States. They collect a lot of stuff here. Do you think the NSA employee who did a FISA search on a Tinder date was looking for information about Hamas? No. There's all kinds of information in there, and that's why it's being abused. That's why we need the warrant provision. I urge folks to vote for this rule so that you can vote for the warrant provision amendment, and if that amendment doesn't pass, you shouldn't vote to reauthorize FISA. And with that, I yield back.
Reserve.